as the afternoon goes on. Our second race of the day is about to get underway. It's the senior Rotax. Those drivers are in the assembly area right now, and they'll be taking to the course in just a few moments. So these are, of course, our slightly older drivers. And this race also brought to you in association with Easy and Elegant Weddings and Events. And like we say, the rain's still continuing to fall down, so some slightly more experienced drivers out here today. They'll have seen this all before, of course, and we're looking forward to another great heat race here.
Yeah, the senior Rotax drivers, well, they are known, they do have a lot more experience than the junior drivers. Anyway, senior Rotax out on circuit. The drivers just making their way around on their formation lap, getting used to the circuit. The couple spinners as the drivers are learning. These are a lot different level. We have a lot of different levels of experiences of the drivers. We have some very experienced drivers and some drivers with less little grip, well, the experience. So the drivers are definitely going to have some work to do if they're going to want to hold on.
And of course the first lap, always the most treacherous, visibility poor, and every chance of a mistake out there, so they just got to really try and stay out of trouble, get those first couple of laps, get the race dialed in as we go on. But Senior Rotax is about to get underway as they make their way around the Kimbolton corner, heading towards the Hines Straight to start race number 2 today. Let's have a look how this start goes. Over the line they go. Looks like a clean start. Everyone piling down the inside. Will the first corner be clean? The leaders get through okay.
Oh, there's a couple of spinners. I couldn't see that was. That was Tom Pryor and Charlie Webb coming to tow and thankfully holding on. But Ethan Martin, a brilliant start there, has made his way into the first spot. I think that's Jack Lilly who's made his way into second place as well. We'll have to see who is where when they come through the first lap. But Ethan Martin just about holding on. You can really see he's been really smooth on that steering wheel. There's Tom Pryor in 5th. There's a couple of drivers. There's Charlie Webb and Ryan Ward together, 7th and 8th. So Charlie Webb, who had that incident at the start of the race, trying to capitalise on other drivers' mistakes and trying to make his way back up to front. But there's a move there. Jack Lilly gets on the inside of Ethan Martin. So the problem with that last corner is obviously the outside line is quicker, but Ethan Martin is looking on the back, is looking back through, but doesn't quite do it. But on the last corner, going wide, although it's quicker, you do make that gap open, and Jack Lilly capitalised on that line and managed to make his way through, found the grip, got the speed down and starting to pull away now. So brilliant driving by Jack Lilly, who's made massive improvements in the last few months of his karting career. Ethan Martin, who's won the championship here last year, so definitely knows how the track will feel like.
Yeah, he's settling into this quite nicely as Lilly starts to pull away down the TKM straight. One driver we have lost in this race on that first corner was Luca Osman Price. The kart coming to a halt as they went out of Stowe corner, that first bend. So some kind of mechanical trouble it would seem, but the race goes on with Lilly leading, Martin second, and Jack Lilly just starting to pull away. The lap time there, 51.43. There you can see the back end dancing away. Can't afford to lock the back end up, of course. He'll go straight off the course, but just getting that fine point between braking as hard as possible for the corner. 57 there, third, in Jurovic in third. Tom Pryor fourth, Brian Ward in fifth as they make their way through Derek's corner. As you can see, the gap around about 1 second, but Lilly starting to get some nice lines out there, starting to pull away as we look at Jurovic there in third. Number 57 through the Dan Weldon corner, floating to the outside, getting the power down nice and smooth. Tom Pryor, Ryan Ward, Jonathan Railton charging away there just a bit further behind. Lucas Ellingham coming through the field as well. And George Donald, Reg Hayward on the edge of the top 10 fighting away as the leaders make their way through Kimbolton corner and heading back towards the Hines Straight once again. And it's pretty much as you were as we look at well, Jack Lilly's gone missing somewhere. Down to 5th there. We must have saw I think he went off just through on the approach to the Kimbolton corner there. So a new race leader, Ethan Martin. Martin looking good at the front. So Jurovic up to second now. And, well, Martin just about controlling this race. And yes, I think Jack Lilly's recovered in 5th position.
Well, it's very easy to lose the car in these sort of conditions, even when you're at the best. And there's Jack Lilly right there. Ryan Ward just made a move on the inside into the Dan Weldon complex. Ryan Ward speculates to Jack Lilly, saying we need to work together, we want to catch up to the final podium spot. Brilliant move there by Ryan Ward.
Actually, look out for Ryan Ward here. 51.28 last time round, fastest lap of the race. So he's just trying to drag along here. Jack Lilly, I believe. Here they come down towards the first corner. There's the 21 of Tom Pryor, who currently sits in third position. And there we see down the inside goes Ryan Ward, looking neat as they make their way through. And at the moment, it looks like Jack Lilly just tagging on to the back of the number 17 of Ryan Ward here, as they make their way up towards the Dan Weldon complex. It's still Ethan Martin that leads the way. We're watching here the number 17 of Ryan Ward. Martin setting the fastest lap of the race, 51.23. These leading senior Rotax drivers bringing a good pace out there, as we see number 17 Ward gets the power down, chasing the number 21 of Tom Pryor. So Ethan Martin currently the fastest driver on the track so far, 51.23. Jurevich second, Pryor third, Ward, Lilly, and Lucas Ellingham meanwhile has moved up to sixth position. Jonathan Railton as the leaders make their way through Stowe Corner. Rest of the pack coming through here. 16, George Donald up to sixth place now from Jonathan Railton. As we look at the number 16, there is Donald actually, who's put together some neat lap series, 51.5. And start to pick his way through the top 10 as we look at the race leader now, number 55, Ethan Martin's put some good laps in here. Seems to be quite neat and smooth going through the Derrick's corner and into Dan Weldon at the top of the circuit now, heading back towards the finish. Jurevich still there in second, hanging on in there, looking for lines, and there you can see the back end of the cart there, Ethan Martin tipping it into the corner. These drivers really on the edge here, you would say, of you can't be too cautious, of course, but they really are pushing the limits right now.
Well, you really have to be on the limit if you want to be at the top, but obviously, speak about Jack Lilly, he kind of went over the limit, which never really helps when you're leading a race. But yeah, no, you're saying about George Donald, very much showing that consistency is key. And it's all good being quick on a one-lap pace, but if you can't be quick over a number of laps, then you can't win a race. But there's a brilliant battle going on. That's Jack Lilly and Ryan Ward still going at each other, and Tom Pryor just sitting in front. Managed to get the two of them. But so far, this senior Rotax race really been good. So far, Ryan Ward just trying to find any way through he can, using that that rear bumper to try and nudge Jack Lilly over his braking point and trying to find a way through. Ryan Ward really aggressive all over him. He goes for the move into the final corner, Kimbolton corner, uses the curb to rotate the cart, and Ryan Ward goes through on the inside of Jack Lilly. Brilliant move there, but will Jack Lilly try and fight back? They see Thomas Pryor there really hard on the brakes, trying to get the cart stopped. But these senior Rotax drivers are really showing what they can do in these wet weather conditions. And
you can see they're bouncing over the curbs as they make their way through the willows. Neat little move there, actually, from Ryan Ward down the inside, going into Kimbolton to take that position. Can't afford to make any kind of a mistake there, or so that break off the track. The blue flag's going up there for the number 61, the driver who was cut away a little bit at the start of the race, Isaac Reynolds, currently in 30th place. Michael Morgan also out of the race as well, with technical trouble as well earlier on in this race. Glax has also dropped back here as we look at the number 21 of Tom Pryor, starting to come under a little bit of pressure here as the race draws to a close. A couple more laps to go here with Ryan Ward and Jack Lilly keeping that pressure on. They are starting to close up on some of the tail enders here. The race leader Ethan Martin clear by 1.6 seconds as the 33 there of Lilly goes down the inside of the 31st place Isaac Reynolds, 61. And the leaders now making their way through the willows. And still number 55, Ethan Martin, who we've not really focused on too much, talked around too much this race. He's having a nice steady race at the front so far. Well, the leading driver always thinks he can get the most coverage if he's leading, but when he's pulled that far of a gap, then there's no real point to watch him. He's just, you know, doing his thing, driving in circles. But so far, brilliant driving here by all our senior Rotax drivers. Tom Pryor, the Ryan Ward, Jack Lilly is a brilliant battle to watch out for in the closing stages. We've just got under 20 seconds left off this race, plus that additional lap. Ethan Martin just catch up to one of the back markers, so he's going to have to bide his time, not do anything silly, and hopefully this driver will look at the blue flags that the marshals will stipulate, and hopefully Ethan Martin can get through safely and the driver can carry on with his race.
Here he's just catching up right behind, so...
That's Jonathan Burnett currently in 30th now, who's not the easiest place to the track to encounter a slower driver, but gets through quite cleanly. I think Ethan Martin just, the back marker just holding his line, letting the faster driver find a way through, which Martin does successfully. You can see the difference there between the faster and slower drivers in the pack, just how aggressive Martin is into the corner there.
Well, I mean, it's all down to experience at the end of the day, you know. These novices are, you know, they've just started out karting, so they're still learning those basic techniques, and those techniques like, you know, you see Ethan Martin going really hard on the brakes. That's just learning how the car will feel, and you get that over time, and, you know, having track time, and track time is so important, which is what Kim Bolton does really well here, because the track is only open this weekend every month, so there's no time to go testing here or anything. And it makes the playing field very fair. But you'll see that, yeah, the novice drivers are obviously going to use the drivers that overtake them and use them as, you know, as markers, and learn what they're doing and try and, you know, copy and paste.
So let's see what Martin can do as he makes his way around towards Kim Bolton corner for the final time. It's been a perfect race scoring, one would say. And over the line they go. So race win for 55 Ethan Martin. It's going to be dashed to the line for second place, and Ryan Ward snatching second place, pretty much on the line. For
up 20 positions, my word. P22 to P2. Brilliant driving by Ryan Ward. Sorry to interrupt you.
So, he did very well there to come through the field. And into third place, so Jack Lilly fifth, George Donald, Lucas Ellingham, Charlie Webb, Jack Collins, and Pearson Bullock Carter. But Ethan Martin taking the win.